Hello everyone, it's Tana. Welcome back to my channel and another video for the Rabbit Hole Designs. Today we are working with the fall foxes and the falling leaves 6x6 stencil and stamp, background stamp. I am creating just two simple cards today, and I know you guys miss me all as well. Just that time of year. Sick, not sick, sick, not sick. You know how it goes. So I'm going to trim these panels down, and originally because they were Bristol smooth cardstock, they were at like 6 by 4.5 or something like that. You know how those sheets are slightly bigger than 9 by 12. So I trimmed them down to A2 card size panels, but then I ended up trimming them down again for my cards. So I also cut two pieces of masking paper, and now I'm going to take two shaped dies. I took an oval and an arch with the flat bottom, and I didn't want it to take up the whole card panel, but I wanted to see at least some, because we're going to use our leaves as background and they're fairly large, so you want to make sure you see them. So on the first card, the oval card, we're going to do ink blending on the leaves inside of the oval. On the arch card, we're going to ink blend on the outside of the arch. So I'm going to take off my backing off my masking paper, excuse me if I seem a little out of breath, and put it in my MISTI, and then carefully lay my A2 card panel on top of it, and that'll make our center cut as even as can be. You know, I mean, we are human, and we did place the die to die cut it, so it might be slightly off, but that was the best way I could think of to lay it on the paper, the cardstock, without wrinkling it and screwing it all up. And it worked. On the second one, I laid my panel down, the square panel, or the rectangle panel, and then laid the arch center inside of it. You know, because we have to have the opposite masked on that one. So here I'm going to ink up the first panel here. Now you'll see, you won't see till I flip it over, but I ended up slightly moving my stamping grid here, so I had to stamp it again. But that's what the back side of cardstock is for, right? Just in case you make a mistake. And then I went ahead and did the second panel as well. Now, when I first got my falling leaves stamp, I marked the top of it with TOP and an arrow with a black permanent marker, so that it would be easy to tell which side was up if I wanted to go ahead and use the stencil with it. So I used all of these colors on my leaves except for Squeeze Lemonade. It was dried out. I have to get some re-inker. But we have here Mustard Seed, Spiced Marmalade, Crackling Campfire, Lumberjack Plaid, Barn Door, Twisted Citron, Rustic Wilderness, and Mowed Lawn. And I kind of mixed and matched them. Some of them have two-toned of the same color. Some of them have one. Nothing fancy. And just, you know, fall leaves colors. And I wanted to make sure I had no brown. I didn't want to mix any brown by accident. And I'm using my little cottontail blending brushes. I can't remember if that's the right name or not. Still to this day, I cannot remember the proper names for those little guys. And here we have our arched panel. And then we'll go ahead, and I'm using Catherine Puller this time, and only brought out 4 this time. Rockin' Red, Orange Twist, Martini, and Tiara. Yeah, if you catch me out of breath, I got a little head and chest thing going on here. Burns when I cough. I swore I thought I had the flu the other day. But no fever, no nothing like that. I swear, the kids go to school and it gets cold, and my sick season begins. That's how I think of it now. So after we go ahead and we get all of these ink blended, I already have, remember those cute little foxes that I colored with my Zig Real Brush pens? Those are the little guys we're going to use today. 2 of the fall foxes that I had previously colored. I did go ahead and outline the leaf veins with a corresponding color on the panels. just a darker red for the red, darker yellow for the yellow. I think green, I wanted the YG25, and guess what? It's dried out. Don't tell anybody. So I had to go with a lighter, slightly lighter color, and it didn't show up or stand out as much as the other colors did, but well enough for the purpose for today. Now I'm going to go ahead and take those masks off and give you guys a peek at what it looks like. Don't they look cute? I think they turned out really cute. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp a sentiment. This one is actually from the Fall Foxes. It says, "Fall is my second favorite F word. Friend is my first." But we're going to split that up and we're going to put "friend is my first" on the inside of the card. So I'm using a little piece of Post-it tape here. And I'm covering up that last sentence of the sentiment. You know, if you're into cutting your stamps apart and you think you can do that, that's more power to you, but I do not like to do that if I don't have to. So I just covered it up, stamped out the first two sentences of the sentiment in VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Then I went ahead to the inside of the card base, made sure it was even, and then blocked off the first two sentences and inked up the last one. I think that's cute. I'm going to go ahead and use my precision glue press, I think it's called, to put my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive onto the back of my panel. Now this thing's been sitting on my desk for about 2 weeks untouched, guys. That's how sick I've been on and off, and the glue still came out of it. So that's a win for me. And now for the other panel, I'm going to mat that onto a piece of black cardstock and then go ahead and put that on its card base. And while that's drying, we're going to put a wobbler on our little fox with the scarf. And then we're going to adhere him to the front of the card base, the card panel. And now for the other card, we're going to use this Leafy Sidewalks and Crisp Morning Air. It was heat embossed with Wow Superfine Bright White Opaque Embossing Powder, and that was a strip I had left over from the last time I used the foxes. That's why I put the black mat around my card front. That way I could just use that one, and it matched up just nicely. We're going to glue that little guy walking right on top of the sentiment strip, and I'm going to go ahead and just put 3 gems on each card in a visual triangle. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked what you saw here today. I'm sorry it's a day late. Don't forget to check out the Rabbit Hole Designs on Instagram and be aware of all the inspiration daily from the brand ambassadors. And don't forget to check out Rabbit Hole Designs on Facebook and see all the fun stuff we got going on in the fan page. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.